The next shader that I would like to show you is called ray type. This shader is kind of a personality switcher, so it will make a surface look different depending on what type of ray hit the object. For example, if the actual surface is being actually seen from the camera, or seen through a reflection, or through a refraction, or through final gathering, or even through a shadow, for example, the shader is capable of actually making the object look different depending on the actual ray tracing stage. So this is a very simple example scene that I have here. The reason why I needed to have some sort of a transparent grid that is shown right here. So let me just actually kill a region here, and we have this object. So we have a reflective surface, we have transparent surface, we have this surface right here that is visible from the actual camera, and we have also final gathering that is going to, this wall is going to bleed final gathering over the surface here. So if you do render region, you see that you got all this effect, this bleeding effect, final gathering, and also it is seen through transparency. So let's select this object here and go to in the render tree to use this ray type shader. The shader can be found under Node, Switch, Ray Type. As I connect it to the surface, you'll see there's quite a drastic result here. The reason why this look changes is quite simple. First thing is we get different color depending on what type of ray tracing stage it is being involved. So for example, I-ray means that whenever the surface is being seen by the camera, it will basically evaluate this I port. So whenever it is seen through refraction, so it will return green. So whenever it is seen through reflection, it will look blue. And in this case, final gathering has either an option to use either the I port as a default, or use a very distinct port. So you see it will actually bleed magenta color over the surface. This shader is really useful because one of the common usage is if this, for example, texture contains a very high density texture noise. So let's go here and take, for example, a flagstone, and we connect the flagstone over the I-ray. So now we have this very dense, noisy texture right here. And obviously, if I connect this thing also under for final gathering, you'll see that it will actually create some noise because this is considered to be high frequency textures. One of the ways to actually resolve this problem by using the ray type is to disconnect the FG port and actually make an average of the color involved in the flagstone. Currently the flagstone is pretty much white and black, so if we do set the actual final gathering to 50% gray, we will actually resolve a lot of flickering because of the texture. So the texture will not be evaluated for final gathering, but instead a constant color will get evaluated here because there's really no shader being connected. So this is one of the ways to speed up and resolve some final gathering artifact. So if I do connect, for example, different shaders onto each of these ports, for example, you'll see that these textures will actually be revealed onto the surface and will be rendered differently depending on the type of rays being involved. So let's take marble, for example. So we can actually create, let's say, final gathering, and we're missing, I think, reflection. So we'll take, for example, fabric for reflection. So now we see that depending on what is the actual type of ray, it will evaluate differently the actual grid. So let me put a texture projection on this one here. Voila, looks a little bit better. Now you see that this checkerboard will reveal true transparency, and it will evaluate the cell when it's seen from the camera, and it will evaluate the fabric shader when it being evaluated through reflection. The fun part with this is that you can make object be totally transparent from the camera but still visible through other type of rays. Obviously you can still go under the visibility custom preset here, the visibility preset, I'm sorry, and turn off these switches here. So you will still make the object totally invisible to camera but still be seen for secondary rays, final gathering, refraction, reflection. You can actually knock off here the object, so it's totally invisible now. The fun part with this ray type shader is that now you can actually control transparency levels depending where you put it. So let's go under ray tracing and get a, let's say, refraction diffuse shader. So we'll put the fabric. So we'll connect this thing. No, actually, let's connect it onto the checkerboard. So refraction, and then I can actually make the actual object totally transparent right here. So it will not even show in the rendering here because I've made this surface transparent whenever it's seen through another transparency. This is one of the example you could actually use it. Other thing also you could do is this is pretty useful to actually make an object transparent whenever it's seen through a transparency. This is when you have this let's say dome, a light of dome, for example, that shines onto given models or a given shot, for example, to create this final gathering hemisphere, lighting setup, for example. You still want to be seen by final gathering, but you don't want the object to be revealed through transparent object, for example. So this is pretty much the way to actually make the object become transparent whenever it is seen through transparent surfaces. Well, I hope this shader will help you to get your effects done. This is particularly useful whenever you're using in passes to better control how things look depending on the type of rays being used. Thank you.